Hello and welcome to Euphoria. This week I'm building the Sanctum Sanctorum building from LEGO set number 76218. This video is a continuation of the build from my previous video. As this is quite a long and satisfying build with lots of interesting features, I took a short break and now I'm going to finish off the build. In the first video, I looked at why I wanted to build this set. I had a look at some of the features and started on the build. I built the ground floor and first floor of the building, which has lots of interesting details and building techniques. There's still quite a lot to do, including building the top floor and the roof, looking at those optional panels and deciding on how I want to configure them, assembling the whole building and adding some other details to finish off the build. I bought this set on the secondary market, but without the minifigs. Someone was either a minifig collector or more likely was reselling the minifigs and then offloading the rest of the set. But that suits me because I'm not that bothered about the Marvel universe and the characters that come with this set, and I get the set in new condition at a much cheaper price. So having built the ground floor and the first floor, I can now continue with the build. So that sets us up nicely to build the next section, which is of course the mansard roof, which also contains the top floor of the building. This level of the building has what I would consider to be a more conventional floor plate design, made up of large plates supported by 2x something plates underneath. It has this hole in it so that you'll be able to see down into the floor below, and of course it has this angled corner which will continue the corner shape of the building. These small windows are built around the outside of the front, but when they're obscured by these railings that go on the front, I think they're not going to let an awful lot of light into this top level of the building. But they're topped off with these mudguard pieces in sand green, which fit really well with the sand green slopes used for this part of the roof. The rear and side walls are made out of medium stone grey or light bluish grey bricks with some exterior detailing. And inside this floor there are all sorts of cabinets and boxes which no doubt relate to the events, or at least the settings, of the stories in the comics and movies. The roof at the side is built using more of the sand green slopes. There are some rather specialised wedge pieces used for making the corner of the roof. They're provided specially for this set, and the slope of the opposite hand is not available in this colour. So if you wanted to mirror this build, it could get awkward. The mansard roof at the front is built up using more of those sand green slopes. Then we come to the construction of the iconic round window, which is going to go in this space here. It's quite a complicated subassembly which will be attached using hinges to achieve the required slope to fit into the roof. And of course it uses this specially printed round cockpit or canopy piece for the iconic window itself. Strangely, the window itself is not really attached to the frame. It has to be attached to these two robot arms, which are clipped on, and then pushed through the aperture in a way that I found really hard to make it work. And it sort of lies in the aperture here, but not completely flush with the window frame, which, to be honest, I find rather disappointing. Then this level is finished off with another tiling layer, which will support the actual roof, with these decorative gear tracks on the outside. There's another big hole in the back of this level, which I assume will again take one of the optional and configurable panels. So now we can move on to the last section, which contains the roof itself and the chimneys. So now I'll make the roof itself, which is a flat roof with 3 chimneys on it and some rooftop equipment and vents. It's essentially made out of a load of plates, a few bricks for the chimneys, and some other smaller pieces for the details. It's built like a solid floor plate out of these larger plates, with 2 by something round the outside again, and some other ones across the centre to bridge across the joins, and a little extension here for one of the chimneys. This corner has the details of the air conditioning units, and the big chimney at the back is made using these tiles with a Technic pin and these round Technic connectors. The chimney stacks at the front are fairly straightforward, but the coping is cleverly made from a combination of plates, and the chimney pots themselves are these round Technic bushes, which go together to make rather effective chimneys. The flat roof just sits nicely inside the top of the upper floor, and you have another hole at the back here for one of the interchangeable panels. Now we come on to the configurable panels. There are 3 of these, and these can fit in any combination into any of the 3 holes that appear in the back of the ground floor, the side of the first floor, and the back of the upper or top floor. So obviously they're all built to the same size so that they're interchangeable. The three panels are essentially three bits of wall, the same size. This one has a circular opening in it and is designed to go in the back of the ground floor this way round. It doesn't seem to quite fit that way round, so it kind of has to go this way round. This one is going to have an interdimensional monster built into it, and that goes into the side wall of the first floor here, and at least so far can go in both ways round. And this one is designed to have this 6x6 flat tile on it with a sticker representing a poster. I'm not going to use that at the moment, so it's basically a piece of wall which could be placed either way round, but that one has to go sideways into the opening in the top floor over here. It does seem to be quite difficult to put in. But at least if you can get it out again, you can put it in both ways round. And once in, it's difficult to get out. So the best way to do that is lift the roof. And that can be put in either way round as well, to give you those two options. In the middle panel, you build this horrible tentacled monster bursting out of another sort of portal shape, and these can all be twisted round with different configurations, and that's designed to go into the side wall here with the monster bursting out of the side of the building. But I suppose if you don't want that monster, you could either just not build it or turn this panel round, and if you really want to, have a monster emerging on the inside of the building. Or you can change that round so that the monster is coming out of one of the other two optional positions for this panel. But if you want the full monster experience, you might be better off with this beastie from set 76205. So now that all the major pieces are constructed, we can assemble the whole building. For this, I'm going to put the round portal in the rear of the ground floor. Sounds a bit like play school with the round window. For now, I'll put the monster sticking out of the side of the first floor, and then I can place this floor on top of the ground floor. I'll put the plain wall that should have a poster on it in the back of the top floor. Then of course the top floor and the roof go on top. There are just a few details to finish off the set. There's a couple of young trees on the sidewalk or pavement that kind of frame the main entrance. And there's a little fire hydrant that goes just on the sidewalk here. We already added the lamppost on the sidewalk at the back corner, although this is a black one rather than the standard white one that normally goes with a regular modular building. But that could easily be changed. And we also already put the dumpster at the entrance to the alley down the side of the building. As I explained at the beginning, I don't have the minifigs that can be placed in various action poses on the outside of the building. But I wouldn't want them in my Lego city anyway, so that's fine. So that's the build completed. I've really enjoyed constructing this set according to the instructions, so that I'm familiar with all the parts of the set and the way it's put together. And I've been able to look at the various build options. I still think it's a great building, and as a traditional style city house, I think it easily deserves a place in my Lego city. I just need to work out how it's going to fit in. I think I might do a separate video about what I thought of this building, its strengths and weaknesses as a modular, and maybe I can start to gather some ideas about how I might be able to modify or improve it. I'm sure there are some things I could do without making massive structural changes, but there are perhaps some more fundamental changes that could be considered as well. But that will all have to be the subject of another video. What do you think of this building? How do you think I should modify it or improve it? Please let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please press the like button if you liked it, hit the bell to be informed of any updates, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more about this project, my other MOCs, and further developments in my Lego city.